Welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we are going to be crocheting this cardigan that I saw on Pinterest. So one of my goals for 2025 in terms of crochet is to recreate more pieces. Instead of always just following tutorials, I want to be able to look at a crochet piece and make it myself. So we are going to go back to basics with a granny square cardigan. So I am going to start off by drawing my design. So whenever I crochet something, I love to just draw something so I can have a visual representation of what I want it to look like. So when you look at this reference photo, you can just see squares, literally just squares, and they're all the same size as well, which is good because I don't need to worry about making the sleeves bigger or making the body a bit bigger. And the thing about yarn is that it stretches too, so even if the squares are the same size, they should be able to fit around my body perfectly fine. So I started off by breaking this up into different sections. So as you can see, everything is made out of squares just on top of each other. So for the front panels, it's just 2 granny squares sewn together, and then the back panel is 4 granny squares, and the sleeves are also 4 granny squares. So I just drew the entire layout on my piece of paper, and then I decided to add some colors as well. I don't usually color my work, it really depends, but I have this cream and this sage green marker, so I just colored in 1 granny square just to indicate the type of colors that I want to use. And I've had this sage green and cream yarn for so long and I had no idea what to do with it, and ever since I saw this photo on Pinterest, I knew that I had to use this yarn for this project. I need a total of 16 granny squares, and on this YouTube channel I've made a lot of granny square projects, and I also have a beginner tutorial on how to make the perfect granny squares, and I will link that in the eye or in the description box below so you guys can also make this with me. I love making granny squares so much. I think it's because it's the first thing that I made when I started crocheting clothes, because my brother was going for a speech at Oxford University, so I had to crochet something special. And back then I actually had no idea how to crochet properly. There were seams in my granny squares and I didn't even know that was possible. Looking back at it, I don't even know how I did that, but yeah, I crocheted it and I wore it to the event, and it was actually really cozy. It was a really bad choice of clothes though, because it was really warm that day. I don't know what possessed me to wear a sweater in the summer. So yeah. Other than that, it's really cute. I'll insert a photo if I can find one. I made it like almost 2 years ago now. And yeah, overall, making granny squares is just very therapeutic. I will never ever get bored of making them, but I think I do need to shy away from making granny squares, mainly because I always make them. Like, if you look in my room and you see all my crochet things, it's always granny square, granny square, granny square, but in different formats. So I need to learn new stitches and new techniques so I don't keep falling back onto this. So each granny square was 8 rounds, and I used a 5.5mm crochet hook. The yarn that I was using requires a 4mm crochet hook, but I decided to size up just so it's more of a loose fit. finally finished crocheting every single granny square, and it did take me a while. I'm not even sure why. I'm usually very quick when it comes to these types of projects, but anyways, once I got it done, I laid everything out on my floor downstairs in the lounge so I have more space, and I laid everything out in panels. So I laid out the front panels, the back panel, and the sleeves, and then I began sewing everything together. I learned this technique kind of recently on how to sew granny squares together with a very neat seam, and ever since I learned that, I have not gone back. I love stitching things together like this now because I don't even need to turn anything inside out because you can't even see the stitches, and it just looks really perfect and very seamless. Into a little bit of a problem. So the cream colored yarn that I was using, it was almost running out, so I went to the shop to go and buy some more, and this yarn had the exact same color code, same packaging, same everything as the cream yarn that I'm almost ran out of. So I looked at the colors and I put them close together, and I was like, oh, okay, they match. And I even called my little brother. I was like, look, the colors do match, it's the same shade. But then when I started crocheting, I was like, wait, these colors are a little bit off. Not even a little bit, a lot off. Like, it kind of looks white and yellow. That's like the contrast between the two. So obviously I did not go back to the shop because I was too lazy. So I decided, you know what, let me just crochet with it. It's just 2 squares. And it wasn't just 2 squares. I thought I had 2 squares left to make. I think it was actually 3. I think it was 3 or 4 squares that are in this lighter color. But it's fine. I don't think he even noticed without me telling you. But yeah, it just looks a bit off to me. And maybe that's why I don't think I really like it that much. I don't know. My opinion changes so much when it comes to my crochet pieces. Like, I could tell you I hate it today, but then I love it tomorrow. So yeah. I wish there was a yarn sewing machine. Like, you know how you thread a sewing machine with this really thin cotton? I wish you could thread it with yarn and sew your crochet pieces together like that. I feel like that would save so much time. And if any future engineers are watching this video, that is my idea. It's my idea to make a yarn sewing machine. Just wait, in like the next couple of years I'll have the facilities to make one. We'll see. It'll be revolutionary. Good morning, it's the next day and I'm ready to finally sew the sleeves closed. I really wanted to do it yesterday, but then I had movie night with my little brother. We have it every single Saturday and we watched Coraline this week. I love the film. I haven't watched it before, but I've heard really good things about it, and yeah, I really enjoyed watching it. And I might even crochet something from the show. I feel like they have so many crochetable pieces. Okay, so here's the body of the sweater. So we have the 2 front panels and then we have the back panel, and I'm kind of scared that this won't fit. It looks a bit small and I really don't want to block it, so we're probably gonna just have to make it work. So we're gonna start on this side. So what you do is you open up your front panel. Let me move the camera back so you guys can see what I'm doing properly. Okay, I think this is a lot better so you can see. So yeah, that's the back panel. This is the front panel, because you can tell by the opening we want the front to be open and not the back. And then here we have the sleeve piece. So you want to line up the middle of your sleeve panel, which is here. You can tell by the seam over here, and we want to line that up with this part, which is going to be your shoulder panel. So you're just gonna put this on here and we are going to sew all the way along here. So I'm gonna pick it up like this, so I can sew it along here a lot better. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that, and then I'm going to also do exactly the same to the other side as well. As I've been crocheting this for the past few days, I'm just beginning to not really like it anymore. I don't even know what it is. I thought these colors were so cute. I thought they'd go really well together. And they do go well together, but I don't know if I would actually wear it outside in public. I feel like a lot of crocheters have this issue where we would spend time crocheting a piece but then never wearing it outside. And I really want to change that, especially this year, and make more pieces I'll actually wear. And since it's becoming summer, I feel like I have an opportunity to actually make some cute summer pieces that I can wear outside. So I've been really busy lately, and you guys will see why in like the future videos. I'm recording like 2 videos simultaneously. But yeah, I've been really busy, and I need to go on a big yarn shop so I can restock the yarn that I have. And I think I'll do that towards the end of the month or so, because I have a lot of ideas on what I want to make, from maxi dresses to maxi skirts and like mesh tops, and things inspired by the beach and just things inspired by nature, because I love nature. Oh my goodness, I love nature, especially forests and the beach and caves and stuff, and I want to really use that to inspire some of my crochet pieces, because right now it's almost like I don't have any ideas. But it's not even just that, I just need the yarn and I need the supplies, but I just have so many things that I'm doing. And here's a big hint, I'm hosting this charity event where other people can also sell their creative things there, and I'm selling some crochet items, and I'm doing a whole market vlog, guys, so don't worry. But yeah, I'm selling crochet items and a lot of cakes and baking items as well. Then we have a few other people that are going to be doing henna and selling Eid cards and stuff like that. So I've been organizing that, and I finished crocheting everything that I need for the event. That's why I'm kind of making this as a little bit of a break, but especially since I saw on Pinterest, I was like, I have the yarn, I have the supplies, let's try it out. But I think one of the biggest issues with this is just the size of the squares. I feel like I could have made it a lot bigger. And then in terms of what else I'm busy with, my brother's graduating in about 2 months, less than 2 months, like more like a month. In He's graduating in July, and I need to make his graduation gifts. I need to knit a sweater, make a crochet bouquet of flowers and a teddy bear, and then I also have a flower order that I need to ship to South Africa. So yeah, we're very busy with all of this, but it's good. I feel like it's good for me to make things for other people and, you know, accept a challenge. And I'm really excited to do the whole crochet bouquet that I'm going to ship to South Africa. I'm so excited to do that. Oh my gosh. And I need to get it done by mid-June, and I ordered the yarn already, but it's taking a while to come. It's going to come at the end of the month, so like in about 2 weeks or so. But anyways, I don't want to give away too much of the plans because it's all going to be future YouTube videos. So I'm just going to continue sewing this together. I really took my time sewing everything together to ensure that everything was nice and straight and nice and put together. And then after I sewed all the panels together, I just started sewing the panels to the actual cardigan so I could make the shape of the cardigan. And this was also a very fun process. I haven't really been watching anything new while crocheting lately. I really want to find a new crochet show because I finished On My Block a while ago. I missed my On My Block era. I also watched Gilmore Girls, love it, but I think it's about time that I rewatch it. I watched it all almost like every single day, so I really rushed through the episodes, so I didn't really process all the information that I've been given. But honestly though, I'm not really a show or movie type of person. I love documentaries, but I just haven't found a good documentary. I watch documentaries like on any genre that you could think of, like the cost of living crisis, knife crime in the UK, or like drugs and stuff back there in Mexico, and like just things like this. I really don't care what the topic is. I just find a lot of things interesting. But one thing that I've really grown to learn is that you can't trust everything that's in the media. Especially in terms of like certain countries that are not England or America. Like they paint England and America as this really amazing country, but then when you actually go there are obviously like certain issues. There's certain issues with every single country, but like, you know how they portray on the media, oh, Africa has no water, they're poor and everything. Like, excuse me, I literally went to Zimbabwe for 6 months and we had running water and we have flushing toilets as well, and we have grocery stores and everything. But poverty there does exist, but poverty also exists in America and England and all these developed countries as well. But yeah, I feel like I'm really ranting. But yeah, I really love documentaries. So I'm trying to look for another one, and I also love true crime a lot. It's really, really interesting. I love how like they do a deep dive into the mind of a criminal. Like that's what I find very, very fascinating. And in school when I was doing my A levels, my mom said that I can't pick psychology because you could pick between sociology or psychology, and I really love psychology, but my mom said no because I'll go crazy. You know, I'll start thinking like the people I'm researching. So yeah, so I kind of do like my own psychology at home. Okay, so after I sewed everything together, I decided to add a single crochet border just to make it really, really neat. And as I'm doing this voiceover, I genuinely do regret doing the single crochet border because it just looks weird, and you'll see why at like the end of the video when I show you the final piece. But yeah, I'm not really that impressed with how it looks. I might even take it out because I did the single crochets a little bit too tight, and yeah, that was really, really annoying, but it was definitely my fault. I might just redo it at some point if I can be bothered, because as you'll see at the end of the video, I didn't even weave in all of the loose ends because I was like, you know, I'll save that for another day. After doing the single crochet border, I was now ready to do the finishing touches, and I just wanted to make a little tie on the front of the cardigan like I saw in the reference photo, because I think it looks really, really cute. You know, you can just tie it and the front, and yeah, it's really cute. So I just chained a few and then I single crocheted all the way along that chain. And then the cardigan was complete. I love how it turned out. I really like the colors, and I really love the length of it. It's like kind of cropped but not too cropped. And my favorite part is the sleeve. Whenever I make a granny square sweaters or cardigans, I always add a ribbed cuff, and with this one I decided not to because of the reference photo. There was no ribbed cuff, so I just did a few single crochets around the sleeve, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. In this clip you might see a few of the loose ends, but let's try and ignore that. And I love how it just matches the background. It looks very earthy, very whimsical. It just looks really, really nice, and I love the sage green as well. And yeah, that is the end of today's video. I really, really hope you enjoyed it, and as always, I will see you in the next one.